Okay, I'm going to be applying these vinyls here to make one that is similar to this one. The only difference is the color of the vinyl. And we're going to put it on this blank canvas here that I painted eggplant color with acrylic paint. This I ordered it from Hobby Lobby online. I'm also going to be using glossy Mod Podge here with a sponge brush to seal it. And when I painted the canvas, I also used a sponge brush to paint it. And I just cut out all my vinyl. This is outdoor vinyl that I use, Oracle 651. This one's mint, and the other one is gray. And I used, cut them out in different pieces. The last canvas I did it all as one piece because it was able to fit, and these are a little bit smaller, so I used basically some scraps that I had left over. So we're going to apply it to this. I'm going to see if this works if I set that there. The contact paper, that's another thing I forgot. It's just regular contact paper, clear covering that I use to apply the vinyl. And I have some scraps left over that I'm gonna use here. And just put the clear vinyl over it. And this is a squeegee I ordered from expressionsvinyl.com. That's where I get all my vinyl as well. I've only used Oracle. I haven't used any other brand. Well, actually, yes, I have. I used Hobby Lobby brand that I got when I was visiting my family in the States, but honestly, I did not like it at all. It was kind of very easy. It ripped very easily, and it just felt really like, not the type of vinyl you'd want to apply to anything, unless it was like an emergency that you needed it right then and there, but I wouldn't recommend using it. So when I do the canvases, I don't really have a layout that I go by. It's more just like eyeballing to make sure that it's centered. And with these smaller ones, it's a little bit easier. When I cut the vinyl, when I make the design on the silhouette, I basically draw a box around. I draw a box as big as my canvas. So my box on this one was an 8x10. And then I put basically everything in that box just to give me like measurements by the eye to see if it even fits in there or how it's gonna look on this canvas. And I usually give myself at least ½ inch border so that it's not like one end to the other and everything fits perfectly in this. On these littler ones, they're a little bit easier if you can squeegee them, you can squeegee the back, but you can also just kind of like peel them off. They're a lot smaller, so the vinyl is a lot easier to apply. Put it down, just give it a good rub. Make sure that it's stuck really good on there. And I work from the top to the bottom. Well, I work from the top, then I start at the bottom, and then I work myself to the middle. Just something I do. You don't necessarily have to. But when I'm eyeballing, it helps me be able to measure everything out instead of getting to the very bottom and the bottom not being able to fit. So, I've had that happen. I'm just using the same contact paper. The good thing about this kind is you can use it a good maybe like 5 to 6 times. I've actually been using this same piece. I used it for the first vinyl, the first canvas I just made. The more time to use it, the harder the vinyl is to stick to it, but you can still get it to stick as long as you press and pull. This one's going to be going down here. on these, it's a little bit harder to scrape the back. Yes, I have paint on the back of there. You can still do it, but it's just a little harder to get into those little spots underneath here where most of the vinyl is. Now on this one at the bottom, there's a little heart next to the word heart. So all I'm gonna do is place it there. I'm not even gonna have to use the contact paper. And just, oh, there it is. I'm just gonna peel it off of here. Since it's going on canvas and I'm gonna seal it, I can put my fingers on it. I'm gonna be doing the same thing with the states as well. And I won't spend too much time on applying it because my last video was about applying vinyl. So I'm gonna just try to not talk as much and go through the motions here. Just to get it done faster. I will say, after applying vinyl to canvases for so long now, it does go faster. I mean, you're able to start eyeballing everything on your own. And it just gets a lot easier. And these canvases here, I believe you can get some at your local Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any other craft store. Unfortunately, I live on an island and we don't have those stores here. So I did look out by having these amazing dollar stores here in Japan, and these canvases here were 100 yen, which right now is like maybe 75 cents a piece. And they have some smaller ones, but they don't carry the bigger ones. The bigger ones I have to get from another craft store. But it's nothing like Hobby Lobby. I'm almost done with the words. they're smaller words, so it's a little easier. Just pull slowly. So far we have all the words placed where they need to go. And next I'm going to be doing the states over here. I'm going to be working with Oklahoma. And I already know this one has to go on the top because it doesn't fit on the bottom. And yes, these I just applied by hand. No need for contact paper. Just be careful when you're peeling them apart. Just roll them down just to make sure that they're on there really good. I do have these little dots that I cut out. And one thing I learned about little lines, not dots, but they're lines. When you make the lines on the Cameo, you do have to do the outer cut and not the inner cut. Maybe I can take a picture if anybody has any questions on what I mean by that. Because if not, you're just going to get these dashes that cut through your vinyl, but they don't actually cut out the shape. It just makes a slash through your vinyl. Learn the hard way. It's all trial and error. And last, I'm going to just add these names to the states, and we are going to Mod Podge it right after I'm done. So here is the canvas all finished. Now the last thing you want to do before you apply the Mod Podge is you want to just firmly press everything down. Not too hard where you poke through the canvas, but just kind of rub everything down so it's sticking really nice, because when you Mod Podge you don't want anything to be lifted. Brush here, and all I did is just dip it in here and pull out quite a bit because you want to use a good coat on these. And I'm just brushing it on. This brush got kind of hard already because I used it earlier and I haven't gotten to wash it just yet. I'm just stroking some Mod Podge on. Not too hard because you don't want anything to move. Although this vinyl has been really good to me and hasn't really moved. I've used it, like I said, it's like the only vinyl I have used. I use it on my outdoor decals, I use it on canvases, even the birthday canvases. Everything I do is mostly permanent. I've put indoor vinyl before on a canvas. I have one in my bathroom actually because they don't carry the color olive in outdoor, and I needed it for my bathroom. And that one I did Mod Podge, and it still came out the same, but I did have trouble applying it to the canvas versus applying the outdoor. Something about it, it just sticks a lot better. And I do Mod Podge the edges. Just because this one is a glossy coat, so I want to make sure that all the edges match the canvas and not just the canvas is glossy and the edges are matte. If you're using matte finish, you don't even have to bother painting them or Mod Podging them. But there's the Mod Podge, and that clear coat should be more than enough. And it will dry clear. Just make sure you don't have any big globs of white because they take a little bit longer and they're a little bit more noticeable. But if you just have it like this, it will dry just nice, the same way this one did. And this one's already glossed. And it's sealed really nice. So I hope this was helpful to those of you who have been messaging me or had any questions about applying vinyl to a canvas. I hope I was able to help you guys out. This is something that works for me, and I hope you guys are able to use it as well. Thank you for watching.